What can I?
Oh no,
Oh,
Terry.
he's frozen.
Oh no, Terry.
Oh, off the bat. Oh no.
Welcome.
Hey, welcome to Fortheboys podcast. As you can see, at least the Uso stays consistent week in, week out. His Wi-Fi always fails.
I don't know if it's a Wi-Fi or a Wi-Fi.
We'll give him a few seconds.
There he is.
Hey, see?
Alright. There you go, Tezza.
Welcome back, Us. Welcome to Fortheboys podcast that you're hosting. Can you hear me?
Yeah, talk.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
I can't hear. No.
Carry on. Carry on.
Very consistent.
Very consistent in this respect.
Well, sure. Welcome everyone to Fortheboys podcast. Podcast created by Usos to share stories, experiences, and I hope someone out there is listening can relate. Use it as a guideline to get through. Share truths, stories. To also break stigmas amongst us poly men and poly boys. So, Lord that God, be vulnerable. Never know being vulnerable by the opportunity your friend was waiting for to share. But as you can see, that was Tezza. I'm Swanky II.
I am Mafioso.
So whether you're joining us tonight or listening through our audio podcast, thank you for joining us on this lockdown level 4. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. Level 4 lockdown. Quick disclaimer. None of us are professionals. None of us are trained in this field. Everything we share on this podcast channel is based on experiences, stories, and just, it's just something we've been through. We've been there or heard of.
Welcome to the.
And now that this guy is back.
Sorry for my mate who just turned up.
This guy.
Hey, consistency. You know what they say? Consistency. And
Yes.
Very consistent. Very consistent with the wife.
Well, yeah, every week we have to be consistent, not only in our topics, but also my mic playing up, my internet playing up. So shout out to me paying all the bills, but still not working. Shall we move on? No.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to those tuning in.
Yeah. Shout out to the chat for coming through again, always. Sorry to the boss who probably is stressing all the time. But before we move forward, I don't know if we've plugged in our sponsor, and what better time to bring them through, especially in a time because we're all from New Zealand and we're all in New Zealand level 4. So we'd like to shout out to at Mask Familiar, who are an amazing team that again, if you're looking for masks, because it's mandatory now,
Mandatory.
go through, support your local, and reach out to the team at Mask Familiar. Customize their own masks. If you can, we've got a giveaway sometime in the future, but what you could see there was Mickey Mouse one, Spider-Man, Superman, and another man.
You can only contact them via Instagram, so hit them up via Instagram.
Via Instagram, guys. So if you have Instagram, reach out to Mask Familiar, and we're gonna send the code to Helene, who as from when we first started, we always reach out to our chat. And if you guys are ever wanting to jump on and have a yarn with us, man, by all means, that's all we're about, is having a yarn. So stand by as we send that code, special code, VIP code to Helene. But boys, how we been doing, Muffy? And sorry guys, and Swanky, how you guys been doing throughout the week? This is day 2 of level 4 lockdown.
We're good, us. We're good. This I think as a nation, we're kind of getting used to this shit, to be honest. You know, back and forth, back and 6.
Bro, 100%. Hey, it's like sometimes
I've been driving around, and I've been like seeing the difference between the first level 4 lockdown we went into as compared to this one, and it's just the blasé of these people. Wow, they just don't give a fuck.
Bro, 100%. Like because I've been starting early, and the amount of cars that have been on the road from day one. Yeah, I think it may be people that are just heading home. Maybe I'm not too sure, but bruh, there's so many cars.
Yeah,
I
remember the difference. Also, there was like a lot less cars on the road the first lockdown as compared to this. I mean, we never stopped working because we were essential workers, so we'd see that difference, and it's just people just don't give a fuck these days.
Maybe people have their own theories or beliefs, and
you got to remember, like this far in, people have come up with so many like theories and their own decisions, not so much thoughts, but their own decisions based on COVID itself. So they're kind of like, some of them won't give a damn, some of them they give a damn about what COVID's all about, and everyone just decides to do what they want, like basically like knock you the shots, not I mean
just yeah.
But I mean, everyone's kind of like on their own belief or their own buzz about the whole COVID thing. So,
and bro, hard out. It's because it's happening around the world and people are seeing it, and people have come to their own kind of understanding that maybe COVID is not real.
Well, believe it or not, some people do say that.
COVID is not real. And then you have like people that are actually like on that COVID, like, hey man, fuck, everybody jump in if you're not. And I've come across someone that I work with and that we work with, and she's sorry, I'm not going to say the name. She or he was like, I said, man, I came up with a story like, oh, fuck, I'm sure I had it, and I forgot to add in the fact that I went for a test, and then she was like having all these anxieties, like, did you go for a test? She's like, she was yelling at me like, did you go for a test? I'm like, and I had to think about it too, and yeah, I did. I went and I had that test, but bruh, she was not having it. She didn't talk to me after that. She was like, when you're sick, you should follow the rules and all that stuff. And I was like, fuck, okay. Didn't talk to her again, and she didn't talk to me too. So it's pretty full on, man.
You do not create enemies at work, bro?
But I did go for the test, guys. That was last year's our lockdown. And bro, okay, let me tell you what happened. This is actually how I felt when I was sick. It wasn't a man flu, like everyone was saying. Like, oh, you feel sick because you never have. As men, we don't tend to get sick as often, but what we do get is like that real bad flu. But when we do get that bad flu, it's I couldn't get out of bed for 2 days. That's how bad it was. It was only to do the small things like go have a shower and have something to eat. But even I couldn't eat. I had this real bad, like, I actually thought I had COVID. It was so bad, man. And we booked in with the local doctor, and they said, pull around the back. They had this whole setup of testing COVID. I went in, the lady had the mask on, and I don't know, has any of the chat come and had a COVID test? Just comment in the chat. Have you boys had the test?
Oh, me? Nah. I haven't had the test, man. I feel like there's no need for me to go.
Bruh, fuck. And when they like stick that swab down your nose, bro, it looks like it felt like it was touching my brains, bro. It was like fuck, it was like right down there, and it was and it makes you. It wasn't tickling, sorry. It was real bad. It felt like uncomfortable, and it makes you cry. But then, like after all that, when they test you, I think the next day, they came back and said negative test. So some haters will say I had the man flu. But without further ado, we'd like to welcome one of the Usos, the Lars, the brother, Mr. Helene Ikio.
Give a few seconds.
Dang.
Well, bang! I'm back. It's me.
So, boss.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm back. I'm in the car.
Sick use. How you going, bro?
Nah, all good, all good. Yeah, these lockdowns, it was bound to happen. That Delta thing was bound to hit New Zealand. Well, we can't complain because we're not the government. So we just gotta be law-abiding citizens and don't get a fine.
Go off the flow,
Some of us are law-abiding. Some of us law-abiding citizens, bro. How's your 2-day lockdown been going?
Nah, second day in lockdown. Yesterday I stayed in bed the whole day. I got up. I had to feed my kids.
Have
Yeah.
you braved the pick and save line needles?
So, countdown. Like we are staying. So, no bread, no rice, no meat, no toilet paper.
Whoa.
So I just grabbed all the shapes, but then I found some meat. So whoever was hiding meat in
That must
like
have
the
been
chips,
Takanini. Was it the Takanini
Tricky
supermarket?
bastard. You tricky bastard.
someone's trying to stash like the chicken tenders in behind the shapes boxes. So if that was you, I took it home for my kids. Yeah. My kids they're watching inside. Say what's up. Hello to everybody. Sorry, I
Shout out.
forgot to
Oh,
say
shout
hi.
out to the family.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, kids? What's up, the Nefs? How's everyone doing? Hey, with working there, bro. How's that been, bro? Having to close up shop.
Yeah, it was tough. Like there was an officer that come in
and he just got the message. Oh, bro, I got to get. He was there for like half an hour. He was next, and then it's like, wait, hold on, what's going on? It's like, oh, there may be a case. We just got to go figure out what's going on. So I was like, they tell me it's a lockdown, but yeah, I as much as I want to get back to work and I can't. I'm not risking a hefty fine or getting my license taken off me. So yeah, Jacinda, can I be an essential worker? Because my friends need a haircut, please.
Yeah,
just
bro. It's
one by one, come home and cut it home and then leave the next one.
Yeah, no, I
don't give away
didn't
the
bring my
secrets, eh?
bag home.
Oh, no.
No, it was to
Hey,
cut I need to shave.
yeah.
Good
You got
plan, also
more hair
good
on your
plan.
chin than my head, so it's all good. We got some comments from the chat.
Now, yeah, I seen Lance mentioned he got the test today. Yeah. Oh, I'm not keen on that, to be honest.
Bro, how is
Not
that?
keen at all, bro. If I get sick, I get sick, man. It's not going to be something like, yeah.
You got the test, Helene? Got the
I-
COVID swab?
Yeah, I've done it once.
The rip.
Nah, twice, bro.
Bro,
Not the one, brother.
what a keen guy.
Yo, keen ass, bro.
No, one
Really took it to that one,
Nice tries, also.
Nah, see, the first one we got a scare at my son's daycare. So
Oh,
Oh, yup.
the mom told us at the end of the week. So I was like, I've shaken hands with a lot of people at work. I don't know if this is real, but there's gonna be a big cluster if it's positive. So the whole house went and got it done. We all came back negative, and then the second one was when I had that real bad flu. I was out for a whole week. Went up this.
Yo, I think it might have been the same flu I had, eh?
So I was like, I couldn't even get out of bed. Since I had the flu, but I saw him at the mall.
Nah, man. I honestly, for 2 days, man, I felt it was death material, eh? You know, it's material. Death
Bro, I couldn't even-
material,
Sorry,
bro.
did
It
you see
was
the-
so bad, bro. Like, even my wife was saying to me, it was like,
man, I don't know, man. This guy, bro.
okay, can you read it up for our
I don't read it. You don't want to read it. I'll read it. Sean Noah. Here's an interesting fact, boys. The Pfizer vaccine is the same company that makes Viagra. Many complaints of guys having real hard-ons after getting vaccinated. One of my mates said it happens to him.
Is your mate's name Swanky?
Oh, hi. Are you saying your mate, but really it's you, Noah?
Oh, what happened?
Oh, no, Lord.
Oh, here's a question. Would you take the test if your work said it's required? Or
Look,
one step
I'll-
further,
hard
would
one.
you take the vaccine if your work said it's required?
So, I'll
Okay.
start that off. I'll definitely take the test. I'll definitely take the test if it was the shout out to the chat.
Oh,
Shout out to
Let's
that
go,
gold
Terry.
list, man.
oh,
dang it.
dear.
Good night. Nah,
Happy COVID to you.
yeah. Well, cheers, everyone. Grab a drink, grab a cup, grab a glass, and
Fat
grab
Tuesday.
a teacup, grab a jug, grab whatever you like, and let's cheers to the COVID. Even though we've got more topics to talk about it, more. Can't remember
Yeah,
what I
bro.
said. More things.
That
But
shot
would you-
just
Like the test is easy though, but would you take the vax if they said it's required for your
I
job?
wouldn't take the vaccine. I'll take the test. I
Um.
like the swab up my nostril, but I wouldn't take
Yes,
the vaccine.
100%. I'll take the test
So about the what?
to protect up the Enoch.
Oh, yeah.
But who was that? Who was that test? That first question from?
Bro,
Can
you
you-
can't
can
trust
you,
anyone out here. But I appreciate the chat.
Don't worry about it. It's Luo, you know. Him and his mate Swanky.
Fucking hell. Yeah. So I'll take the test, bro. You know what? With the vaccine and how everything's been going fast, and now there's a Delta variant, and now and been hearing that there's new, like, different types of COVID strands. Like, how fast is the next strand gonna come? It could happen
Bro,
tomorrow. It could happen next day.
First off, how
So
are these
we're
strands
getting-
coming about? Like, is some motherfucker manufacturing like
Man,
more strands of this shit, bro?
This shit evolving, man.
Or does this shit go to like Africa, pick up
this shit
Ebola, mix into a
mutating,
fucking
man.
concoction of Ebola and
Bro.
fucking COVID?
This shit is
What the
evolving, mutating, man.
But
Like the way they change is form, man.
how it first started,
And
and
then,
then when they said
what are they
COVID,
cooking out there?
Whoa. Let me.
How long did you put the hot water bottles next to the fruit bags?
Fella, I think I'm growing an extra leg now.
Oh, that's the
Oh.
Viagra.
Shut the fuck.
Oh, man.
no, like so the strand and everything else. And I'm not a fucking scientist or anything, so don't quote me on that. But that how everything is just progressing so fast that now they've got a vaccine that was created maybe for the first kind of strand, and now we're in like the strand, Auckland side, strand 20 something, and we're still like way far behind. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, man,
Like-
100%, man.
The first
There, have another
Sorry
shot.
guys, I'm getting too deep into
Man.
asking our scientists.
Man.
So if you're a scientist and you're in the chat, please come save me, because I want to ask you a question.
Here's the scientist right here, Lance Mace. We are going to be
And-
X-Men,
and-
man.
and-
We're gonna be X-Men.
Oh my gosh.
Or some said
All
some
I'm,
say that
all I'm happy about, all I'm glad about this lockdown is that shit happened in Devonport. That in the South Auckland shit, man.
Oh,
Let's
bro,
all
hey,
clap.
Straight up.
Hey.
Let's
Hey.
all like
It's
make some big noise
something
about the fact
Hey.
that it's not a South
Hey.
Auckland case, you know? Good stinking riddance on news,
and-
man.
and-
Shit.
and
They put their
thank
finger
you
out
to
that way,
Devonport
man.
for putting it on the map, because I remember when the family from Pepatoi were exposed. You know, they were put on the media saying, "Oh, this South Auckland family."
Yes.
You know, like the media actually like putting it out there and
Blasted
saying
them,
that these
yeah.
kind of
Yo.
yeah, man, like put them on
It was just
on
South
watch.
Auckland. South Auckland, this was pretty much.
Mm. Oh, they
Yeah,
was
bro.
like that.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And then all of a sudden, now the media comes out and puts Devonport. Oh, but where's Devonport? Where's that located?
Mm.
Tell me,
South
chat. Tell me,
Auckland.
chat.
That's the Denimora side of South
And
Auckland.
and then I read something from how they were. I think explaining another location of interest was Onehunga, and then they added Onehunga to South Auckland. I was like, fuck. I think by the end of all these locations, there's going to be South Auckland is the whole New Zealand. Yeah.
No, I think the whole
Hey,
of
you guys.
Auckland is South Auckland.
Yeah, bro. No, only when it's negative shit, bro, then it's South Auckland. When it's like positive shit, then no.
Yeah, as
Then they
always.
split up
Yeah.
to west,
As
north,
always.
south. Bloody baskets.
And that's South Aucklanders are taking a rap for everything, but
But that's just the way it is. That's for
yeah,
like
bro.
that's on the real like you can't we're just like we're laughing about it now, we're just joking, but on the real that's everyone's perceptions are when shit like this happens. It's like, oh, probably those bastards from out south again, or probably this, probably that. Off the bat, like just automatically, like before facts come out, and it's like, yeah, this time round, yeah, slap your face. That's what you get. It's not us.
There you go. Here's for someone that actually does some research. That checks facts.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the sis.
Hey, then bring your facts over here. We don't want those facts.
Take your facts. Recheck them.
So, what was it? Apparently two
Two locations
of interest: South Auckland, Papatoetoe, and Manukau.
See, and then we got someone who agrees.
Yes,
for real.
But when you break it down like that, and then you bring in the whole of New Zealand to curse out that area, it's sad not only for us living in, or those that have been brought up and living in South Auckland. You could just imagine the family. So they've been ridiculed, but now we have one person, the first person or the first known location from Devonport, who was a 50-something-year-old male. Bro, I've been on social media, and none of that shit that happened in the last lockdown for Papatoetoe, Manukau, as far as it being so severe, like now, because the variant, the Delta Goodrum variant, as everyone is saying, it's more serious because it's happening more faster and stronger.
Is it? Was that chick?
Doesn't know how to sidestep.
I just want to know if that guy is an islander or Palangi, the 57-year-old.
That's another good.
They named the islanders, so I want to know if he's an islander or Palangi.
Just saying it.
I honestly think that we're always going to be on the back foot of everything if you're colored, eh?
And it's always going to be like that.
Yeah, and it's not saying I'm not saying I'm racist, because I've got quite a lot of European friends that are really good, and I have good conversations with them. But the fact that the media portrays this, now it depends how you. It depends. Do you believe in the media, or do you believe in facts that you go out and research? But we don't research.
But it's not so much like do you believe in the media. It's like the media, whether you believe it or not, they're the ones spreading that shit. Like they're the ones just you don't go asking to tell me what's. Bro, it's already out there. They say it on the radio, they say it on TV, they're on social media, on the internet. They're the one putting it out there for people to know about. So it's not so much whether you go looking for it or not. It's there, bro. It's like.
Especially when they're throwing it in your face, for advertising they have peak times and then the off times, and so when you're advertising stuff, the media will come out and advertise that South Auckland is blah 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 blah, so they'll put us, those that are in distress or just saying shit like that. You shouldn't go to South Auckland. That's what the media is saying. Now, whether you believe it or not, we have people from South Auckland, us people who have lived. We live in South Auckland.
We live out here, man.
No, in
house, so everything.
Like every other neighborhood, like every other side, you're gonna have the bad and the real bad, the worst, and then you have the good. But it's just totally up to you. But when you have the certain amount of people, they have the how do you have it? They have the power. They have the power to say shit like that to bring us down. Now it's just it's then up to us to should we take it in or should we go find out?
That's where all these you have people that divide themselves out and make themselves these conspiracy theorists that make all these beliefs up that they believe, something else, and that's just because of this. That's what social media does in today. Like they make you believe to a point, like, and then there's people that go, no, bro, that's all shit. Like it's not like that. It's probably this, and then everybody comes to their own conclusions or their own beliefs of what it could be, what might be, what it could end up as. And it's like a massive cycle of just bullshit, really, eh? And in the end, it's just who do you believe? And how much of it do you trust or believe? And some people just it gets crazy, bro. In the end, and there's people who are just easygoing, who just go off the flow, bro, and do whatever the government wants. Take the tests, stab the nose, hit the tracer app, where they go, and then basically everyone knows where you've been, where you got pulled, where you did this, where you did that. Bro, there's no privacy in there, bro. Fuck that. There's just there's so many things, bro. There's the outcome of this whole COVID thing, bro, is just so much going on that you could not see. Like you probably don't see what's actually happening in the back, or so it's that's why I don't really buy into too much of it. I know there's a COVID virus, but bro, unless I'm catching all them symptoms or doing all that shit that the symptoms say before you get checked out, I'm not in a rush to go and get all that shit stabbed into me and injected into me, bro. It's like, nah, I'm all good. I'm alive. I'm still here.
Ducking and diving. But going back to how they were hazing, like saying negative stuff about South Auckland, it got to the point where even that Bloomfield had to like come up and sort of say South Auckland's not bad, right? Like it got to that level where Bloomfield had to say, oh no, South Auckland people are like.
Yeah, I remember him saying that. He was like, it wasn't the cases are not just in South Auckland. He had to kind of like portray, by saying the facts, and the facts were it wasn't only us. There was, other parts of Auckland. It wasn't only the south side and blah blah blah. Then he made it a little bit okay, but fuck, it was still off the bat. It was yuck.
No, straight up, it was like a comment from Pierre. But I totally agree with you, boys. Media highlighted South Auckland, but the movement of the North Shore person basically moved the virus throughout 2 regions. Nothing in media about race. Like, see how different energies, like different. Like how they're going hard out under that South Auckland
They were
family.
boasting the South Auckland family, and look at this guy. They just say 2 regions, and that's about it.
Don't say anything else. Yeah, got a question though. Shock, Goku, Malingi. Do you believe that when people in New Zealand or Oz or around the world get the vaccine, will everything get back to normal?
Do you believe that when people in New Zealand,
nah.
As long as there's more cases that happen or they find, it's never going to be normal. And then there's you will never find cases unless everybody tests. That's the fact. So without the tests, no one will know who's got COVID. So it all depends on who takes the tests, how many people get the test done. That's when you know how many people have the fucking virus. And then it's like whether you're going to get the vaccine or not. So,
but even the vaccine ain't bulletproof.
I honestly think the COVID's here to stay, bro, and it's just a matter of whatever system works the best into knowing who and who has got it. That's the only way, bro. And then there's ways of working around it, and that's going to be another system in its own. So that's how I believe life on Earth to function these days now of COVID. It's easy for me because I love to stay home, but so those busybodies, I don't know.
because of that nurse, I'm sure she was fully vaccinated, and she.
Yeah, one chick, she was vaccinated.
No,
the nurse. Was it the nurse?
the nurse.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I don't think there's any back to normal like the old normal.
Bro,
But like
there's
you
no
said,
more
like
normals. It's like
yeah,
there's
it's
just
what
that's why all these
just
systems
systems are
being
trying to
put in place.
minimize.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just how to deal. That's the only thing they can do, really.
yeah.
There's no reversing it. I mean, if they had a cure for it, a proper actual cure for it, they would have been pushing them out the bloody door already ages ago. But no, this is gonna be here to stay.
Oh, comment here. Sus. I also know a nurse who said there are more cases out there. They're hiding details from our people.
Damn,
Wow.
I believe that. I honestly
I believe
that
that too. Yeah, because it's always weird how when one pops up, all these other ones pop up. Like I was saying to the boys while gaming, like it's weird when one pops up, they start randomly popping up now. So I believe that. I believe that. Shout out to the chat, it's popping off. Oh, big boss. Been reading up on people in USA on the death need because of COVID and still refusing the vaccine. Oh, deathbed. Because of COVID and still refusing the vaccine.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Like for me, you know, right? You know the difference of being sick and when you've got something else that's not the normal sick that you get sick every year. Because I get flu every year, right? Every year I get the flu. And then there's this one flu that I get that kind of comes, goes, but then the cough doesn't go. The cough stays there for ages.
Yeah.
And it's like a man, I call it the man cough, but it stays there for ages until like summer hits around, then it kind of gone. And that's what I do every year. That's what I go through every year. So for me, it's like, if I get that, I know I'm the same as last year. If I get something else that's more hectic than that, then I believe I'll go in and get tested. Then I think I've got something stronger, something different, something more. That's when I believe, okay.
But it's crazy though, because then you hear like people that have it, but that don't show the symptoms, which is the crazy part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but like, I mean,
carriers,
this is what I mean. Like, you know, for those, like, bro, I believe our people, bro, we're tougher. We go fucking them jeans, mate. Fucking takes more than I kick up the guts to drop us down. So like, well, if those faggots go get the vaccine, also. But honestly, yeah, like I said, like I get sick every year. You know when you've got something else. Hey, then you've got your norm. That's how I work. That's how I'm doing this, man. I ain't keen to line up and get some random shit jabbed into me for no reason.
We're not saying it's not like it's not real. Like we know it's out there, but like all these other stuff that come with it, like I just had to.
Yeah, I acknowledge it's there. I do. I acknowledge it's there, but no, I'm not gonna unless I've actually got it. Hell no. Get out of here, man. No finger.
And also, hey,
you're good.
With, I think Katie.
Oh, yo, Katie.
Her So we're not trying to say that we don't believe in it. It's just that I think there's a they're drawing a line in the sand where people are going this side and people are going this side, and there's so much other theories around it. But if you know, like for Kaylee herself and her she say dad and the sister have got it, bro. You know, it's not nice to hear. It's definitely not nice to hear. And you got sorry guys, my I was gonna blame my daughter, but it's my fault. The internet cut off. So
Sounds like Darth
I
Vader
missed
joined
about
us.
75% of the. I missed about 75% of the show.
Read that one out, Swanky. Read that.
Man, this is coming from a professional show. Shop here. But it just says while COVID has been a hot topic in media, it also follows with how is everyone coping mentally? On the news, someone said, "Is there any point owning a business? Should we all now become essential workers? What is the government doing to help our people with the aftermath?"
Awesome statement there.
Good question. Wrong show.
Don't laugh.
Actually, at this time, we have a business owner who's on the panel.
I'll see you
who's
later.
on tonight, so we can maybe
Okay, I'm just
tap
gonna.
into that sort of side and the loss and
I need to get
Yeah.
closer and read it on the TV because my phone's a bit blurry. Coping mentally, I think I've learned myself how to cope with a lot of stresses and just a lot of stresses around family, business, and everything else. I guess essential working, like we should be essential working. I'm not too sure. Owning a business. It does.
Is the government helping, or is there help from the government for small
The
businesses?
government does help small businesses. There is the subsidies that people must. It's a must. Like if you're working for someone and you send home, you guys gotta talk to your big bosses to make sure that they apply for subsidies to cover you guys. So I've applied for most of the subsidies that have happened. It's helped, but then again, it's not the same as cutting hair, like interacting with everyone. Because I can cope with my mental state, but then you don't know what someone else is thinking. Like you don't know their mental state, if that makes sense. But
yeah, and
I knew this was gonna get fired at me.
Yeah.
What about the whole part of?
that-
Is there any point in even owning a business with the amount of lockdowns and COVID shutdowns that happened?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, it's like, fuck it, just come from home or what? Like, what do you reckon?
Like, I've cut from home, but I keep it all outside. Like, no one comes in, so I don't really get them to come inside. I leave the kids inside. I make sure they're all right. Like, it's fully separated. But owning a business, that was my dream, to own a business. So I'll keep fighting for it because it's something I'll fight for to the end. I'm not just gonna throw in the towel because of all of these lockdowns. It's a sign of weakness.
And also, you're not only supplying for yourself, you're supplying for your working for your kids. So I can definitely see that side of it. But with COVID itself, it's this variant that we have, it's next level. So whether the media is playing their part to scare us even more, man, it's scary to see that that it's happening in our lifetime. But also, as a business owner, how has it been easy for you to apply for subsidy, or have they made it harder?
No, it's pretty straightforward. It's just giving how many workers you have, IRD numbers, and then that's it. They do the rest for you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
it was just fill out how many workers you have, give their IRDs, and then they do the rest. And you just stay home for a holiday, and then hopefully someone needs a haircut. Sorry, Tessa. No, I'm not saying you, but
I think it's frustrating as it is, eh? Like Bear said, Tia, she's frustrated. I think it's frustrating as it is. You can't sit at home and tell yourself we're not going to go through these lockdowns from time and time again, eh? Like it's going to happen. We just don't know when they will happen, how long they'll happen for. I think you gotta accept the fact that they will happen. Don't tell yourself, "Oh, we're going to be all good." And it is frustrating. Don't get me wrong; it's so frustrating when you don't know what's, you know, everyone has plans, everyone has goals, everybody wants to be somewhere, within a certain time, or wants, to be overseas, doing something else, which is so. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, for me, the only way is these systems that they put in. The only way we're gonna be able to plan ahead, um, as normal people, is once these fellas sort out their plans, like what system they're gonna put in for traveling, and then that failed, and then the next system that comes in for fucking the next time they have 4 cases, what system they're gonna put in there? How do they know, if they're gonna go lockdown 2, lockdown 3, lockdown 4, 1?
Yeah.
And that's the only way we know that we can plan ahead for our normal lives and not get frustrated over it, is to know, how severe things need to get to certain levels. And it's I do feel the frustration, just like what Pierre said. But I mean, it's all about. I feel like it's all about the system that they put down there for each case of however many people will get done, and then the government turns, "Oh, now we need to go straight to 4, or no, we'll just keep it at 2, or fucking or else we got no plans. We can't plan nothing, bro. Just straight up the truth. We're basically just going off the flow, and however they feel they want to put us in, that's it. We submit to whatever lockdown they throw us in. I guess that's probably why, I think places like Aussie and that, they've kicked up a stink, eh? They got all that protesting and shit that's going on, which isn't good for their mental health, but they're doing what they're doing, which is maybe getting them mentally right, because everybody goes about it their own ways. But it's just it's what can you do? You just gotta just prepare it, prepare yourself, really.
And that's true. It's so when the government opened up the borders, and I'm not part of the team that does that sort of stuff, but when they open up the borders, like how do you plan your holiday now, eh? As someone that likes to take their mental break from life in New Zealand, they open up the borders to Australia or Rarotonga. How do you take that break? I know, me personally, I knew I had family, or I had somewhere to stay in Raro, but going to Australia, like I do have family, but then you put the stress back on the family. If you like now, if the lockdown happens, look at how they've cancelled all flights, or some flights, and now you have to look at I don't know what they call it for in New Zealand, the returning home, or the family that are returning back to New Zealand. You now have to come home, and whether you now have to pay the quarantine, or do you come back and you quarantine your own house. So like all that stress starts to add. That's before you even think about traveling over to Australia. Now the government have opened up the borders, but still you still need to think about what's happened now. Level 4 lockdown in New Zealand. So and I know for Muffy, the parents came back and they came to New Zealand and they went back to Australia. How was that? Because was it New South Victoria? They all were in lockdown during that time.
They stay in Brisbane, so they came. I think they came, bro, and then they were just. I think within like 2 days, they made an announcement, bro, and they had to. They knew their lockdown was going to happen. Luckily for them, they might have arrived back at maybe 11 o'clock in the morning, and by 4 p.m. Brisbane locked down. So they made it back just in time, and they didn't have to quarantine.
Damn.
So that was some, like, I don't know, it wasn't some bang on planning, bro, but it just worked in their favor. but they managed to get that out. You know, a little trip over for 2 weeks, see their grandkids and shoot back.
And then I don't know if you guys have a TikTok account, and if you have any questions, please yell it out, Swanky, for us. If there's any comments, thank you to the chat for coming through. But have you guys seen that the psychic guy that predicted the COVID in New Zealand? We'll play a quick video if it hasn't been shown yet.
Next lockdown.
In August, New Zealand will be under a lockdown for a couple of weeks.
I didn't know the boss man had a TikTok.
Next lockdown.
In August, New Zealand will be under a lockdown for a couple of weeks.
Habib was the man, eh? The Habib, Zole.
Habib.
Shout out to the Habib, Zole.
Shout out to the boss man for having a TikTok. great prediction there, boss man. Hey.
Tricky.
You gotta get that guy to give me the lower numbers, bro.
Why did you show that? What did he predict it?
Well, I think he came up with a date that I think he was a couple of days off.
I think he was.
But
I think he
predicted
called out
that,
the 10th. I think he initially called out the 10th of August.
So he was a few days off from the actual COVID, but that was posted I think at the beginning of August, right? I don't quote me on that because don't quote me on anything I haven't.
Only the boss man will know.
Quote you on your mic. That sounds like they booing them.
Did the boss man look up on his TikTok?
Susan, can you throw your mic in the ground, see if it would be functioning properly, please?
But if you get, did you guys get that? Did you guys ever watch that TikTok guy?
Yeah, I've seen there's a couple of everyone share his video. Eh?
Yeah, I haven't even bothered
Pretty
watching
freaky.
it, to be honest. I might go and watch it.
It's pretty crazy though.
He's pretty good for calling the dates or what was coming up. I don't know if it was like just coincidence or.
There you go. From a show that
There's
does
a lot of
research,
numbers for next week. I'm keen on those lot of numbers also.
the Pierre says he was off by a few days
Mm.
because the government held information from us. We will never know because we don't fact check on the show.
And actually, we were looking for someone to join us. And
Can we have a producer lips?
but also saying I don't know if you guys can hear me properly if my mic's playing up. Is it? Tell me now.
Yep, but we can hear it. It doesn't sound like it's like that.
Habib. I'll pass it over to Swanky because he has a topic to speak, and I'll continue. Wait, I'll come back, guys.
Topic? What topic? What do you mean I have a topic? Very nice.
No more shots for Tezza. No more shots for Tezza.
No, Tezza. But I want to know from the chat. I want to know from the chat how everyone's coping. You know how with everyone being at home, the kids at home.
What's your guys?
Yes. How do you set time for yourself?
What's your guys' routine for the day?
Here you go.
Do you do schoolwork with the kids for a certain amount of hours? like outside exercising or just staying in bed, or do we have a few shifts? Don't burn the house, please.
Yes.
So if you
It's
want to
actually a
make
good
a
time
farm
to.
bake cake,
Ew.
I got it. I actually got some farm bakes, eh?
Oh, really? Shot to the boss man. Short exercise with the kids to keep it fun. Very nice, very nice.
Hmm.
Yes.
Everybody give their fruit to Helena, so.
Yeah.
What are you? So what? Are you guys still at work or?
Yeah, no, we don't
Oh yeah,
we're essentials.
unfortunately we still in those.
See, I got mad respect for all the essential workers out there, man. For sure, they're essential.
Oh, the central
You
workers.
you you are you are.
Oh, you are number one consistent with your
Yeah.
microphone.
So don't worry about my microphone. If you can hear me, you can hear me, okay? Unless
Hey,
you're
it's
gonna buy
clear
me a new
now.
one.
What did you do to it? Did you have another
Wow,
shot?
one. You had
Uh,
another shot.
I just had
You had
to
another
rub
shot,
it the right way.
man.
Had to give it a little a rub.
Okay.
But also not only during this lockdown are we experiencing like the long waits and lines to get the essential stuff for home. Not only are we having to stay home for the next 7 days, and if you're outside of Auckland, 3 days. I haven't caught up on the news because I've been working hard.
Yeah, we don't fact
Essential worker. Essential worker.
Essentials.
Essential worker.
Capital E. Capital E.
And yeah, also we have been and for our job itself, I think in 2 days, I think all up in the trains that I've been running, probably 5 max throughout the day. So, and shout out to them who are essential. If you are essential worker and you're going through this time, hey, thank you for your contribution to keeping Auckland and also New Zealand going. During this time now, we have, I think, families that are not. The rules behind seeing their loved ones go or burying their loved ones. We just got a quick clip before we move on. And if you have lost someone and during the time like this and can't attend, our condolences to you and the family. We know, especially for the mental health, it's also a sad time because
It's hard,
families
yeah.
families can't attend. Loved ones, the burials that they go through during level 4. So just a quick a video and shout out to
That's just the truth of it, eh?
that's
Sad truth of the lockdowns.
Yep. And you can only imagine how the world's dealing with this. and flying home to see your loved ones. And I think the last lockdown, we've seen so many videos of families saying goodbye through a fence. Because they have to stay in quarantine. So I'm not saying we don't believe in COVID, but COVID's there, and it's taking a toll on everyone. A toll on families that are losing people, having lost someone or someone that's going through it. So it's I say this a lot, but it's crazy and it's sad. It's sad to see. I don't know if the boys have anyone or lost anyone during this time, and if you have and you're listening in the future podcast, we send our deepest condolences to you and the family, and I hope if we do share something on the show, it's the show that we we don't want to shy away from COVID, but it's a sad time for everyone.
Yeah, hard out.
But we've come to a time, and then it's shout out to the chat and all our viewers. We've come to a time where we share something. But before we move on, thank you to Helene for jumping on. I think we always tell the chat jump on, and if you haven't already, the brother shared his story, and the rest of it's going to be shown on our show at a later stage. But he shares the first half. Also, brother, with COVID now and how you experienced time inside, how has that kind of helped you? Has it helped you in some in a positive way that you can do something else because you're out here, or because being in a lockdown itself, you already know that lockdown inside is different to lockdown out here.
Yeah. With the lockdowns happening, I sort of laugh about it, to myself. It might sound weird, but because you're not so isolated in there, you are there. You have freedom out here, but not as much freedom as we want. So I sort of just reflect on this time last year where I was in there. But yeah, I think we just gotta keep ourselves together, because it's not gonna be the new norm like what people say. It's just a hiccup. It's just a hurdle we must overcome. So if we all play our part, like what we're doing now, we should tend to get rid of it, hopefully. So yeah, it's not really a major for me. I see the good out of this is more time with my boys, proper quality time. Yeah, we're on the phones, our gadgets and all that, but just those small things, having lunch together, brushing our teeth, washing our face. Just those things is what I live for. So yeah, it's just your why. Always remember your why. So, yeah.
Thank you, bro. Again, at this time, we give out something that we feel that is necessary to share. Pass it over as in a sense of advice or just tips on stuff that we've taken, and I'll pass it over to Swanky.
Oh, no, I just want to say thank you for the chat, for tuning in, and our viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Just want to do a shout out to the sis Pierre, who's been active on the chat.
Yes. Shout out to the sis.
Pierre runs a podcast every day, 4 to 5 on Facebook with my sister Claudia. Check them out. Search up Blue TV, BLU
Blue TV, thank
on
you.
Facebook.
Mm.
Check them out. They highlight Pacific businesses, Pacific small businesses, Pacific creators,
Hello,
roast
Bill.
their interns, and we had the opportunity to jump on their show. So yeah, check them out on Facebook.
Makes sense.
But no words, Usta. Just shouting out to the chat. Hope everyone's doing well. Just make sure to take time for yourself. I know the house is packed. Got the kids running around, running amok. Make sure to take time for yourself, half an hour somewhere. Try and relax.
Well, not even, bro. Half
Tell
an
the
hour,
hubby,
5
hey, look
minutes.
after the kids, man, when I game called for half an hour. Huh?
Mm.
But yeah, make sure you take time for yourself.
So, Swinky, we'll pass it over to Muffy.
For me, I think in these frustrating, crazy times, which are usually lockdown times, COVID, I think it's important to be kind and to look after our older, elderly people, especially to go to the shopping malls or supermarkets. Sorry, I went yesterday. In the evening? Nothing on the shelves. No meat, no toilet paper.
Mm.
People just acting stupid and buying up unnecessarily. That's another act of being not kind to the next person. So for me, being kind, we're seeing things like this, and then you look on social media, and the Taliban have fucking taken over Afghanistan, and then there's fucking a big American plane flying with people hanging off the sides, and it's up fucking so many feet in the air. They're flying now. They're falling off the plane, bro. There's so much crazy shit going on in the world these days. That the simple act of kindness can just be. It's free, man. It's free. To be kind, to be nice, and we just need more of it in the world these days. We are doing it hard. We are frustrated mentally. But there could be, there's people out there who are in worse situations and positions.
Who don't know? Yeah.
So that's probably where I'll leave tonight with is reflect on everything that's going on around you, not just, don't let that frustration get to you, because there's so many more people out there who are doing it a lot harder. So yeah, that's for me. And thank you,
Shadows.
and thank you to everybody who jumped on and asked out some questions on the chat. Good to see everybody on there.
Chat's been active tonight, and thank you. And also to everyone going through this lockdown, not only in Auckland, New Zealand, and if you tune into our podcast at a later stage, your mental health is important, because not only is it gonna help you through a time where you think you're caged, take that time to yourself. Take that time. If you have 5 minutes, talk to someone. If you have kids, and I've actually heard this on My FM. So shout out to My FM for sharing some activities. So the first and most important part of this lockdown is take care of yourself. So take care of yourself, because we know that we're gonna have people, we know we're gonna have family in front of you, because all you can do is, you may be having 24 hours, 7 days a week, or 7 days during this lockdown with the people that you love. But at times you're gonna have that. You are gonna be confronted with other stuff, and you get, I guess, angry at little things, and it's gonna happen. But please just take time to yourself. Take time, go outside, go for a walk. And today, I think something that I've taken in was I took myself and my wife, we took the kids outside, and it done a whole lot of I guess reset for me, because at the same time I was outside enjoying the fresh air. The kids were outside enjoying the fresh air, and they were doing whatever they wanted because, kids are meant to be at school or during this time, but they get the freedom. I got my freedom. My wife got the freedom, and we came back inside, and that was the maybe 20-minute free reset. So, what I was trying to say is, have time to reset. Find it. Go outside. Get away. Go outside and go for a run. Go for a bike ride. Go for whatever you want, but get out of the house. Because even though the government have said stay indoors, you are still allowed to go for a walk. You are still allowed to go for a run. You are still allowed to go for that exercise. So please, family, if exercise is taking a walk or going outside, do so. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to Helene, and if you've got any more words you want to share with the family on the podcast tonight, go ahead, brother.
Nah, I think just some words for everyone. It is a tough time, what we're going through now, these lockdowns, but know that you're not alone in it. Speak up. Message any one of us boys on the podcast here. We're ear to listen to, a shoulder to lean on, and there is help out there. Just reach out. Don't bottle it up. Like Tessa said, you can go for exercises, walking, and just listening to the air and the trees and all that really help. You might not know, you might find yourself a new hobby. But yeah, just love yourself before you love someone else. Yeah. But yeah, thanks again for having me.
Very nice.
Always invited.
Appreciate you.
And so this is For the Boys podcast. I'm Teza.
I'm Swanking second.
Mafioso.
And I'm Helene.
Yo.
Thank you, family. Thank you, chat. And thank you, producer.